Good evening. I'm Heidi Bartle. Welcome to Holland Woods. Welcome to the induction ceremony of the Holland Woods chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. The students seated to my left should feel honored and very proud to be among those invited into this organization. Their hard work during their middle school years is a testament to their dedication to their schoolwork and their community. Membership is an honor bestowed upon these students. Selection for membership is by a faculty council and is based on outstanding scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. Once selected, members have the responsibility to continue to demonstrate these qualities. To be eligible for membership, the candidate must have a minimum of a 3.5 grade point average cumulative for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Candidates shall then be evaluated on the basis of service, leadership, character, and citizenship. Please rise now for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is with tremendous honor that we bring back Mr. Ethan Barden to be our guest speaker tonight. Mr. Barden is a graduate of the University of Michigan with a major in education and English language arts. He was a teacher at Port Huron High School of English for 2 years. Then he went on to Anchor Bay High School for 5 years. He was hired at Central Middle School as the assistant principal for 4 years before coming to Holland Woods and making his mark here for 5 years and leaving an indelible impression upon all of these students. And I can tell you that they were thrilled to find out that he was going to be the guest speaker tonight. We've lost Mr. Barden, but that has been to Port Huron Northern's gain, and the students there are very thrilled to have him up there. And so it is without further ado, I'd like to present Mr. Ethan Barden as our guest speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Cassidy, for welcoming me back to Holland Woods, especially the students, the 8th graders that are National Junior Honor Society students. I've spoke at the National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony a couple times over the course of the years, both here and at Central Middle School when I worked at Central. And I always like to try to think of kind of little life things, knowledge to try to impart on the students. And what I did is I tried to encapsulate 3 big ideas to just leave you with. They center around the premise of courage, imagination, and the importance of relationships. Under courage, I kind of look for various examples everywhere you go. Courage is kind of something, we see it every day, even amongst the people that we interact with. But I always like to look to history. And taking a quote from Winston Churchill, he once said that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. That stood out to me, especially for students like you that are looking to go beyond to high school. And I know our goal, the principal, assistant principal, parents in the audience for these children is to go beyond high school, become the professionals of this community, God willing, come back to this community and contribute and be near to all of us because I know as kids you were great, as adults I know you're going to be even better. But when you pursue that higher education, it will be challenging. At times it will be difficult. So having that courage, like Winston Churchill said, to not feel defeat and failure, to learn from it, and to have the courage to continue is very important. The next item Imagination. I fancy myself a sports guy. Played football, wrestled, coached for a number of years. Actually, I saw a couple of my football players out here this evening. In regards to imagination, I took the example of Cale Sanderson. You guys may not know him unless you're an amateur wrestling fan, but Cale Sanderson actually is one of the only people to wrestle a college career all 4 years, 4-time national champion, 159 times he won, lost 0 times. Very impressive. In any sport, to go undefeated 4 years running in a college career is very impressive. After he graduated from college, he became the head wrestling coach at Virginia Tech for a few years, and then he landed at Penn State. And he's currently, as a coach, led Penn State to their 3rd national championship just in the last few years. And I heard a quote from Cale Sanderson last winter when he was talking about his success and what it's been at Penn State that he really felt they try to foster in their wrestlers at Penn State. That stood out to me, and I really try to preach to the children that I interacted with here, as well as the kids I interact with at the high school, is to have that sense of imagination, to be able to see yourself successful down the road, to see yourself successful in that calculus class, to see yourself successful in that AP biology class, to see yourself successful in pursuing your admission into Notre Dame, Yale, Harvard, or if you're very lucky, the University of Michigan. Having that sense of imagination is huge. If you can see yourself there, it can happen. Every day I encounter kids that face odds that are very, very difficult, and they overcome them, and they become successful. Each and every one of you I know can do it. And citing back to Mr. Churchill, it will not always be easy, but with courage, commitment, and that sense of imagination, I know you can do it. The last item that I referenced is the importance of relationships. People around you, the friends you have, family, the folks you work with every day, be it your teachers, your principals, one day it'll be your coworkers. I want to really kind of just recommend to you that we do sometimes, especially with students like yourselves, put a lot of pressure on you. I'll be the first to admit that. So I want to encourage you guys to enjoy the trip. Enjoy the people around you. Enjoy that athletic coach. Enjoy your teachers and the friends you have. Enjoy the time that you spend here. Do live in the moment somewhat. I'm glad that you guys are driven, goal-oriented, but enjoy the experience. Select your friends wisely. I kind of took that idea from a quote from Shakespeare. I figured I taught English for years. I should cite Shakespeare at least once in this little speech. Shakespeare once said that it's always wise to love all, trust a few, and do wrong to no one. Shortly, we'll hear a little bit about service and one of the characteristics of the National Junior Honor Society. Be that service to those people you have a relationship to. Be a service to this wider community, to your school, and look to help others. Try to emulate the good people that you see and select those friends wisely. I strongly believe that if you guys commit to having a sense of courage in time of difficulty, having that sense of imagination, seeing yourself down the road, being successful, then lastly, fostering the relationships you have, and really focus on having those quality relationships. In the world of Facebook, we often rate ourselves on, I've got 300 likes. I'm talking real relationships, not just digital ones. I'm confident each and every one of you will be able to pursue success, not just here in your remaining year here at Holland Woods, but success at Port Huron Northern Port Huron High School. I've now worked at both of them, and you'll be in good hands at either one and beyond. So I charge you to have courage, keep your imagination strong, see yourself where you're going to end up, and work on those relationships. I want to thank everybody for listening. I promise I always try to stick to I believe it's the 5 B's. Be brief, brother. Be brief whenever I give a speech. So thank you.
At this time, I'm just going to fill in some of the origins of the National Honor Society for you and the National Junior Honor Society specifically, just so you can understand where this program started and kind of what brought these kids here and why this thing's still going today. When the National Junior Honor Society was established in 1929, the hope was to create an organization that would recognize and foster academic achievement while developing other characteristics essential to citizens in a democracy. Scholarship, character, service, leadership, and citizenship are ideals that remain as relevant today as they were in 1929. Now more than 70 years old, the National Junior Honor Society has established a reputation for excellence among administrators, faculty members, students, parents, and residents of the school community. This reputation is the result of years of commitment on the part of everyone involved. Through NJHS chapter service activities, members maintain and extend the qualities that won them selection. Membership is thus both an honor and an obligation. Presenting the ideals of NJHS are former officers of the 2012-2013 Holland Woods National Junior Honor Society. At this time, Colby Nabosny will begin with the first quality, which is scholarship.
Scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the benefit of cultural mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with life. Knowledge is one great element of life which leads to the highest success and can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, and light the light which illuminates the future, Candidates have charge to continually expand the world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Service. Service can be expressed in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work without monetary compensation or without recognition of the benefit of those in need is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. Speaking next on the qualities of leadership and charactership is Emily Dazer.
Leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school in taking the initiative in class and school activities. The real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are influential without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed and is thus a subjective charge in each of our membership and the candidates. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality and personality. It is that without which no one can respect for oneself, nor hope to obtain the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides one through life and once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is that the problem of self-control. We must be in reality that what we wish to appear by others, by demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity. We may hope to provide an example that we value character. The final quality citizenship will be presented by the 2012-2013 NHS President, R.J. Arnold.
Character. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality and personality. It is without which no one can respect on It is without which no one can respect on self, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force Citizenship. Citizenship is vital to the strength of our country. It requires effort and commitment. Without it, there would be a lack of democracy. In the words of the late President John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. It is the willingness of each person to participate responsibility in the affairs that govern America. Inductees, please rise. Repeat after me. I pledge to myself to uphold the high purpose of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. We will now present the certificates of membership.
Thank you. My name is Ms. Azef, Lynn Azef, and I am co-advisor with Mrs. Lori Hand for this chapter of the National Junior Honor Society, and I'd like to welcome you all here. And I would also like to, I recognize a lot of faces in the audience, and I would like to ask all members of Holland Woods chapters of National Junior Honor Society to now please rise. I see a lot of them in the audience. Please stand up, don't be shy. Thank you. We're very proud of all of you. Know that you're doing great things as you've continued your careers in school. Okay, we will now present the certificates. Kennedy Albright. Michaela Banker. Logan Barrett. Andrew Beebe. Matthew Beebe. Alicia Boland. Olivia Bolt. Marley Buckley. Thomas Buckley. Allison Chisholm. Erica Conley. Malia Coronado. Randy Cote. Margaret Crosby. Madison Davis. Caitlin Durfee. Madison Eastman. James Epley. Kennedy Falk. Cameron Flick. Ellen Forsgren. Ashley Gossman. And if you give us a second, Mrs. Hand and I are switching places.
Geraldine Hammond. Caitlin Humphrey. Daniel Johns. Stephen Mason. Gabriella McCarty. Taylor McDonald. Michaela McIntyre. Brian Myhigh. Catherine Miller. Jeslyn Molesworth. Mackenzie Nestle. Bryce Reeves. John Robbins. Hallie Roman. Javon Taylor. Logan Tenbush. Mason Tenbush. Eric Vo. Dane Voss. Aaron Voss. And Callie Whitaker. Now if we can give these wonderful new candidates, these wonderful members of our Honor Society, a nice round of applause from their families and friends. We have one more pledge for you. And this is a pledge that was specifically written for this chapter, the Holland Woods chapter of the National Honor Society. So if I can ask all of our new members to rise. And once again, repeat after me. I say your name. Being aware of the honor which is being bestowed upon me by my selection for membership in the National Junior Honor Society, do hereby pledge loyalty to this organization. It shall be my earnest purpose to give unsparingly of my time and energy toward the promotion of all school activities. I will strive to be at all times a model student and will never knowingly bring reproach upon my school. I pledge myself to uphold the high purpose of this society, striving in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals, the ideals of my school, and my life. Well, we now have wonderful new members of the National Honor Society, and they're going to process out of this assembly and join for a picture. After that, everyone is welcome to some cookies and refreshments in the back. Okay?